Changed his last name to Dominant.
Yeah, so many incredible performances from guys like Aaron Donald in this one. What made Chiefs-Rams Part 1 on the West Coast the best game that maybe we've ever seen, certainly the best game of the year? What was that one thing?
I feel like it was a Pro Bowl. And let me explain what that means. There were so many stars on both sides of the field, and both sides stars delivered. You look at Aaron Donald right there. That's the best defensive player in the entire sport. He was on display. Patrick Mahomes might be the best young quarterback this sport has. He was on display. And Jared Goff might be the competitor in that conversation. He was on display. Todd Gurley played well. Tyreek Hill was amazing last night. We haven't even shown the Tyreek Hill package of plays. Tyreek Hill was unbelievable tonight. Travis Kelce might be the best tight end in the sport. Okay? You're looking at Justin Houston and Alan Bailey making plays. They might be two of the best defensive players in the game.
They're below
and
the
they're
fold.
on the Chiefs, and they're not even on. This game had so many stars, and all of them stepped up. Brandon Cooks was awesome. Robert Woods was awesome. And then we had emerging names. Josh Reynolds, Gerald Everett, Chris Conley. The NFL is in such good hands. All of these guys are young, talented, and burgeoning superstars. If those guys are the faces of the game moving forward for the next 10 years, I'm here for it. So what made it so great? So many new faces, so many big names, and all of them delivered on a big stage.
You didn't even run the ball.
I'm overjoyed today. I thought it was such a great display of NFL football last night.
It was like football erotica. I felt like I had to slide my card and prove that I was 18 just to watch it. I was like, honey, don't come here. I'm watching Rams Chiefs. There's all these pop-ups on the screen. Hey, I'm in your neighborhood. Want to hang? It was crazy watching that game.
You deleted the cookies from your Game Pass.
All of them. Weird pop-up screens in the middle of the broadcast. I'm trying to listen to Test Crazy. I'll just say this. Sometimes high-scoring games get called great games. I thought the Eagles-Patriots Super Bowl was really exciting. It wasn't that great of a game. Lead changes and defense. Titans-Rams Super Bowl, a yard short. The fourth quarter was great. The rest of the game was completely boring. This one from start to finish.
Yeah, and sometimes those high-scoring games, just like you said, they say, but there was no defense. That's like the one phrase that's always attached to these high-scoring affairs, but not in this one. You had absolute game-changing moments. Like the playmaking was the gift, but the defense was the grit. You know, this was not a finesse football game. And one thing I can say about the defensive linemen and linebackers, they can't cover. So if you want to sit there and say, well, look at all the points and the touchdowns and the passing yards, okay, that's fine. But let's credit these defensive linemen and linebackers that got after the quarterbacks who also played phenomenal. You mentioned all those names. You didn't even mention the guy who led the league in rushing last year in Kareem Hunt. The best running back in football, who was Todd Gurley. It's a phenomenal watch, man, and it was offense and great defense.
And let's not forget the meaning of this game, right? I think that adds to why it's one of the best games of the season. You have the wildfires that have ravaged the West Coast, and you have the guys out there wearing their L.A. Fire Department, both sides wearing those hats. You have victims of the Thousand Oaks, victims' families, Thousand Oaks shooting there. After you win this sort of game, and you're Jared Goff, and you're this young cat in the league, you're going to take time with Andrew Whitworth, the veteran on the squad, and go visit with those families on that high, and you take the time to do that. And it was captured on camera, but even if it wasn't, you knew he was. That's just the kind of guy that he was. That game meant so much to the city that it was played in. It's better that it was played there than Mexico City. It all sort of weirdly worked out, and there was a lot of gravity and gravitas to this game.
I think you're right.
It meant something.
Goff was wearing a L.A. Fire Department hat on the sideline. It was perfect. There's a big column by Bill Plaschke in the Times this morning about what it means for L.A. above what it means for the Rams. It's well said.
Awesome. Hashtag GMFB with your thoughts on, guys, why this was or was not the best game. It was ketchup versus mustard. You tell me if you guys think it wasn't awesome. You're crazy. After this, the Redskins